What's up, guys? This is the Galaxy's Greatest here. I am Pfeffer, and this is my buddy Niko. Say hey to the people, Niko.
Impregnable.
We are here to give a recap off of Week 1. Let's start off with my game, Pittsburgh at New England. Unfortunately, the damn Patriots won, but...
Cheaters.
Yeah, cheaters. If
Cheaters
they win,
never win, but in this case, cheaters win.
In this case, cheaters win, unless you're the Patriots.
I'm going to say one thing. Antonio Brown, one of my favorite receivers in the NFL. Great guy. He had that catch over the back. How the hell? I don't know. Just great. It was a great game, except it was kind of slow in the beginning.
Yeah, I'll be fair. Patriots won that game. I mean, if you got Gronk on your team, you're going to win, especially with a horrible secondary Pittsburgh has. They have a lot of growing pains to go through.
Yeah, I mean, Brady threw 5 of the same passes to the outside, 5 in a row passes, and they couldn't stop him. So.
I mean, what really pissed me off is that they didn't even put Brandon Boykin in. I mean, yeah, Brandon Boykin isn't like an extraordinary.
He's not impregnable.
He's not extraordinary. He is not elite. But you know what? I mean, I would take Brandon Boykin over Cortez Allen. I mean, sorry, Cortez, but you've just been disappointing over the past season and a half now. It's time to move on. I think Boykin deserves to get that second spot with William Gay, and Antoine Blake's all right too. But it's the way it is. 28-21. I mean, I'll give credit to Pittsburgh for not giving up. They had so many missed opportunities though. But here's to Week 2 on the San Fran. We're going to go to Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay getting what should have been a bigger
landslide.
What I expected to be more of a landslide, but then again, it's a rivalry game. Anything could happen. But Green Bay pulls out the victory, 31-23. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Matt Forte looked great though.
Yeah, without Green Bay without Jordy Nelson, they still look like Green Bay.
Green Bay, I mean, don't get me wrong, Jordan Nelson's a huge loss, but Green Bay's still a Super Bowl team without him. I
don't see them winning the Super Bowl this year. Maybe next year.
I still think they're a top contender.
Yeah, they're definitely top 3.
Definitely. But, yeah, not a whole lot to talk about there. But I was a little impressed with Chicago. But
Chicago, Alshon Jeffrey, great.
I'm still not expecting much out of them. But let's move on. In an upset I predicted. By the way, I went undefeated in all the 1 o'clock games. This week I went 11-5 in my predictions. He went 10-6.
I went undefeated in the 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
Impregnable.
Seattle at St. Louis. St. Louis getting a huge overtime victory, 34-31.
Some people would call this an upset. I wouldn't call it an upset. I feel like Seattle should have passed the ball 4th and 1 when they ran the ball this time.
Who loves Irish? St. Louis knew they were going to run it just because, you know.
Super Bowl, yeah. Anyway, St. Louis looked decent, and then Foles looked decent. Yeah, the whole team, they look decent. I don't know if they should have won, but they look decent.
Tavon Austin shined, though.
Yeah, Tavon Austin was great in college. He's going to be great in the NFL.
Yeah,
and he's still good in the NFL like he was 2 years ago when he got drafted.
These are still two good teams.
Two great teams that can go on and shine this
year. Carolina at Jacksonville. Not much of a surprise. Carolina taking a solid victory. I thought Jacksonville could pull off a fight, but then again, Jacksonville's offense is just, you know, pretty...
I thought Blake Bortles would step up, but, you know, guessers.
Only picking up 3 field goals. And Carolina, I mean...
It's Cam. Oh, Cam.
I mean, the offense isn't really that special to me.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, it's a okay offense. It's going to come down to their defense, but Luke Kuechly getting a concussion, that is...
He'll be back in 3 weeks.
Is that the status?
2 weeks. He's got a concussion. He'll play through it.
But Luke Kuechly's a hell of a player. Hope
he
has a speedy recovery. Concussions are a serious deal. Miami at Washington. Another game that was closer than what it deserved to be, but 17-10 Miami. Not shocked Miami won at all, but Miami gotta love Miami's defense right now.
Gotta love Miami in general. Tannehill, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL.
I think Tannehill could win a Super Bowl.
Not yet, but he could.
Not yet, but I think he could down the line.
He could.
India Buffalo. I'd probably say this was upset of the week. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the biggest upset in the world, but it's just
I wouldn't really call it
going
an upset
going by team history. I would call it an upset.
Yeah, but we're going by nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can win.
I had Buffalo. He switched to Buffalo at the last minute, and great decision. Buffalo with a 27-14 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. Rex Ryan is just doing such a great job up there in Buffalo, and I mean they have such a talented roster, and Tyrod Taylor, whew, he deserves some claps. Give him some claps. Give Tyrod some claps. He really shined this game.
He was impregnable.
New York Jets defeated the Cleveland Browns 31-10.
To be expected.
I didn't expect it to be as much of a landslide, but it was.
Cleveland's defense is good, but they lost a lot of key players too.
I still love Cleveland's secondary.
Yeah, Cleveland's secondary is impregnable.
Mm-hmm. And great catch by Brian Hartline.
Yeah,
impressive. Josh McCown got injured in the early in the game. Manziel stepped in.
Manziel looked good for.
Looked okay.
Threw his first touchdown pass.
Yes, so there you go, Manziel. I think Manziel would probably be the better starting quarterback, but then again, I wouldn't say he's not leaps and bounds ahead of McCown, but he's ahead of McCown nonetheless.
Yeah.
But anyway, Daddy Longlegged. Sorry for the distraction. Moving on, Kansas City away at Houston, getting the victory, 27-20.
I didn't expect Houston to put up much of a fight because Kansas City's a better team. They're another team who's got Super Bowl contenders this year.
I knew Kansas City was going to win this game. What would have made this game? I mean, to be fair, Houston did put up a fight, and Brian Hoyer got benched for Ryan Mallett. Probably the right decision. DeAndre Hopkins, though, he's something special. He's going to be great in Houston, and I mean, the crucial part was missing Arian Foster. I think that was a huge loss for Houston.
Yeah, he's impregnable.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be coming back in a few weeks, so good luck to them. Moving on to New Orleans at Arizona. Not a whole lot to talk about here. Arizona
New Orleans
won.
Is going downhill. Arizona is going uphill.
Pretty much. 31-19. Let's move on to one of our favorite games of the week. Detroit at San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought this game could go either way. I was leaning more towards Detroit, but was I wrong? After a 21-3 lead, San Diego scores 30 unanswered points to win the game against Detroit.
Who called that game?
You did. But Phillip Rivers, currently the passing leader, and Keenan Allen, who I believe might be the receiving leader as well, they tore house.
Yep, great game. Knew San Diego was going to win, but I also love Detroit.
Mm-hmm. San Diego's trying.
They're another team that could win the Super Bowl.
I think if they make the playoffs, I think they could have a great run.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to an ugly game in Denver as they played the Baltimore Ravens, which led to a 19-13 win.
You would think both quarterbacks would step up in that game. Peyton Manning looked strong. His arm looked too strong. He didn't throw any touchdown passes though.
No offensive touchdowns.
The defense
period.
just looked great.
It was all
both,
defensive.
Both defenses
great defenses,
great.
But
Terrell Suggs going down, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
Baltimore,
out for the year. I can't stand Terrell Suggs, but I hate to see people go down. So Terrell Suggs, I wish you a speedy recovery. We're gonna go to Cincy at Oakland. Cincy won. Enough said. Derek Carr got hurt, but I believe he might be coming back next week. Not 100% positive. And Charles Woodson also got hurt, which is a huge loss.
He's
veteran
gonna
wise.
retire anyways.
But you don't
even though I love me some Charles Woodson.
Tennessee at Tampa. Tennessee just whooped ass.
Mariota knew he was going to be good in the NFL so far. We don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
But knew he was going to be good week one. It's Tampa Bay. Come on, they're shit.
Your game, Giants at Dallas. Unfortunately, the Giants lost in the end to the Dallas Cowboys. Great game, though.
It's okay because it's week 1. Giants have a lot more potential than what they showed. Dallas has. It's Dallas. I mean, I hate Dallas, but they're a good team. Their offense, Dallas's offense looked really good. Their defense looked even better. They're impregnable. Dallas is another team. I feel like they're in the top 5 contenders to go win the Super Bowl this year.
Hey, I was impressed by what I saw with both teams.
And they're definitely beating Eagles.
The Monday night game, Philly at Atlanta. Atlanta win this game by 2, 26-24.
Had a good feeling Atlanta was going to win, and they did. And I mean, Sam Bradford, he looked decent for his first start as an Eagle.
I think he's going to get better.
McCoy. See, I'm saying McCoy.
Murray.
DeMarco
Murray.
He looked like poopy. He needs to go back to Dallas.
I think there's a lot of room for improvement. I think Philly's just having a hard time clicking. I think they'll get it eventually. But I was very impressed with what Dan Quinn has done there in Atlanta. Minnesota at San Francisco. San Francisco won this game. Actually, kind of a landslide, 20-3. I didn't expect that. Instead of Adrian Peterson,
I expected Adrian Peterson to step up, and I thought he'd be power hungry because I want to score some touchdowns, but he didn't.
And that Carlos Hyde, boy, did he shut a lot of people up. He's the current rushing leader. I'm impressed. I mean, and I'm impressed with that San Fran defense too. I mean, I guess Jim Tomsula is better coach than what we expected.
Impregnable.
I mean, I'll give credit to San Fran. I'm still not expecting a whole
San Fran 5-11 at best, 6-10.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'd say 6-10 would be fair for San
Maybe
Fran.
7-9.
I expected worse, but I'm gonna give them at least 6-10 right now. But that's about gonna do it. Any final thoughts?
Impregnable.
Well, you heard it here. Impregnable. Thank you guys for watching NFL Talk, episode 2. I'll try to get back to you on Thursday with my Week 2 predictions. See ya!